There's a poem at the end of week 4. It's kind of a trick poem and a throwaway poem by John Peel Bishop, a sonnet, which makes very explicit this encouragement to read differently. It's the famously "She Descended, Fuck You, Half-Ass" poem, which is an acronym going. Is that what we call it? An acronym? No.
Acrostic.
Acrostic, sorry. An acrostic going down, and that's sort of the obvious, tricky, snappy, unforgettable parlor game, do it once and don't do it again. So it's very different from Stein in that sense. But it teaches us what? Dave, I am coming to you on the resistance question, but I wonder, Andrea, are you familiar enough with the "Fuck You, Half-Ass" poem? And why is that good to have? Should we get rid of it from ModPo? It's kind of trivial, obviously.
It does strike me as sort of very different from everything else on the syllabus, and it does kind of make its point in a very inelegant way, as opposed to some of the other things that we study. But I also think that it's in keeping with a lot of the modernist poets in that it is a very abrupt, kind of very pointed commentary.
And what does it teach you the first time? It doesn't teach you it after that, but it teaches you the first time.
To read things differently, that you have to look at things differently, that the old way of doing things is not going to work. It's not enough.
Lily, why do you think it's the case that young people would generally see that trick more readily than older people? I'm being very loose in my use of young because I wouldn't want to be known as someone who showed middle school kids a poem that says "fuck you, half-ass." But over the years I've used that for 30 plus years variously, and people who are more settled, older, etc., more experienced, tend to take longer to get it. Is there any message to be drawn from that? And if not, that's fine. You can say anything else.
I guess you basically said it, that like if you're settled as an older person, maybe you're also settled in your reading practice, whereas if you're closer to the age of having learned to read literally, maybe you're more interested in or able to imagine a different way of reading.